live from Ochang, South Korea. You're watching Razor Sign Live. Alright, today I want to talk about UFC 207. Ronda Rousey is going to fight Amanda Nunes. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Ronda Rousey, she's going to lose this fight. You say, oh, how can you say that? Man, you're a Ronda Rousey fan and she loses one fight and all of a sudden you turn on her and say she's not going to lose, she's not going to win? Come on, man. You were a fan. You just think that, you know, Ronda Rousey was invincible and now she found out she wasn't invincible, that she's not going to win? Nah, there's a lot to this. There's a lot to this. All right, so let's just jump right into it. First thing is first, is the technique. The technique is a big deal. There's a huge hole in Ronda Rousey's game. And what it is this. Ronda Rousey's striking is absolutely terrible. Sorry, it is. But like on that top level, compared to the top level, her striking is not good. And we saw that when she fought Holly Holm. And when she fought Holly Holm, she got, you know, kicked in the head and knocked out and her belt taken. And it wasn't like, you know, Ronda just got caught with, you know, a kick. It was Ronda, you know, got picked apart on her feet. And she was scared on her feet. And then it was inevitable that she was going to get kicked in the head. Now, I think she should have pulled guard and tried to do that instead. But instead, she just kept running forward, charging Holly Holm, which I think was a stupid idea. And her mother, you know, agrees with me. Ronda Rousey's mother told Ronda before she fought Holly Holm that if you fight her like you fought Betch Cortetta, where you just run around the octagon chasing someone and try and knock them out, Holly Holm's going to light you up. I want you to work into a clinch. You know, use your striking to work into a clinch. And come on, Edmund, her coach, just don't have her fucking hit pads. Have her working with the right people. And I didn't see any of that, man. I was assuming that she would get the right training. I mean, it's Ronda Rousey. Everyone knows her. Everyone loved her, you know, at that point in time. But the thing is this. She wasn't getting the right training. She should have been. She should have been working with the right people. And then she wasn't. And she wasn't getting the right striking. And then she wasn't getting the right wrestling. I thought that they would have got her the right wrestling. Now, she's a bronze medalist in judo. And, you know, has great judo, but I thought that she could have developed her wrestling. Maybe she could have, you know, worked with someone like George St. Pierre. Maybe she could have worked with someone like Norma Magedov, you know, and worked to shoot in for a single, to work to a double, to press against the cage in order to get into a clinch. Not even to take down the person. Just use the single, run up against the cage to a double, then work up the body, and then you're in a clinch. And then you can relax and you can start using your judo. And then you can work your arm bars. Instead, she just like started going wild, started trying to, you know, throw bombs and then work into a clinch, which was a bad idea. That didn't work out for her well at all. She got knocked the fuck out. And I love Ronda, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not hating on Ronda. Love Ronda. She just fought a bad fight, and I think that she, you know, has kept this coach, you know, around way too long. Her coach, Edmund, you know, I think who, you know, she sees as like a father figure. She lost her father when she was young. It's a very sad story. And I think that she's kept Edmund around because, you know, she feels some kind of bond with him. She feels some kind of trust with him. And she wants to have that connection with somebody. She's a very loyal person. And she doesn't want to switch gyms, but I think she needs to. And I think that's a big problem is she, you know, needs to switch to a different gym. She needs to find the right people to work with. And there's this, I think she's getting a little bit right now, but it's a little bit too late. And, you know, after her loss, you know, she went on Ellen and she said that she thought about killing herself. And, you know, so she just wants to have babies with Travis Brown. And this isn't the Ronda Rousey that we all know and love, who's, you know, a monster in the cage. This is someone who's different. And I was like, oh, God, this Ronda Rousey, if she gets inside the cage, she's not going to be the Ronda that we know. And after she lost, you know, movie deals. She lost her commercials. She lost a lot of her fans. When Conor McGregor lost, you know, against Nate Diaz, people didn't say, oh, fuck Conor McGregor, even though he talked all this trash. When Ronda Rousey lost, people were like, oh, she didn't shake Holly Holm's hand. Like, oh, come on. Really? She didn't shake someone's hand? Get a fucking cage fighter. Come on, they're cage fighters. They know they're gonna fight the person. Maybe they gotta be a little bit pissed off. They don't want to shake the person's hand. I understand that one. I can understand it. I can give you that one. You know, I think of Conor McGregor went over the top with Jose Aldo, taunting the shit out of him. I think Jose Aldo should have went nuts. Anyway, that's a different story. Ronda Rousey, she lost her belt, she lost her fans, she lost her movie deals, she lost contracts with commercials. She lost a lot of money too, financially. And it's not all about the money, but come on, there's a point where it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, could have made millions. I could have retired. I don't have to take beatings in the octagon. Damn it. This would have been nice if I could have transitioned to movies. Movies, that's what Randy Couture loves doing. Randy Couture, one of my favorite fighters of all time. He was like, you know what? Make a lot more doing movies, and you don't take any beatings. I like this. This is fun. So, I think Ronda Rousey was on that same path, but she lost. And she lost bad. And her sponsors were like, ooh, Jesus, bad. So, Ronda, it's a tough loss for her. It's just not the fact that she has a huge hole in her game that's not fixed. It's just not the fact that there's a coaching problem. It's just not the fact that, she has to come over this mental fucking block. It's just not the fact that, Ronda Rousey lost all her support. She lost everything. I mean, I never saw anyone's stock drop so low. Her stock dropped so low. It was sad. It was sad to see, Ronda's stock was plummet after that fight, dude. It was brutal. It was brutal to see Ronda be beloved by millions of people, and after that, they're just like, nah, screw her. I don't like her. She's trash. And just kicked her to the curb. She's not ready yet, so that's what it is. It's not that I'm saying, oh, you're kicking Ronda to the curb too. No. What I'm saying is this. She needs a tune-up fight. She needs to get ready to get back into the octagon. She can't go fight for the title. This is kind of ridiculous too. I mean, why is she fighting for the title? She didn't earn this. You know what I mean? She got the shit beat out of her. And she's getting a title fight? And she hasn't fought in a year? Gets the crap beat out of her. And the worst thing was this. It wasn't like she got caught. It was like, there's this huge hole in your game, and we can, see how big of a hole it is, and we can exploit it, and we can take advantage of it. And we as the fighters, and there's this blueprint on how to beat Ronda Rousey. So that's the problem. It's like, look at this. Here's a perfect way to beat Ronda. Ooh, I mean, it's a big hole. I mean, if that's not filled, that Ronda Rousey ship is going to sink from that hole. And that's the problem. And, she's not, mentally ready. She could be working with a lot of people, but this shit takes time, man. I mean, just think about, a breakup that you had with, like an ex-girlfriend or, whatever. And you're like, oh, dude, I'm not the same kind of person. Just imagine being on top of the world like this and getting knocked clean out. And everyone's saying, oh, you suck. And then you have to be like, no, I'm good. And then you watch the video and you're like, oh, no, that was me? Oh, my God, there's a huge hole in my game. Edmund, how come you didn't tell me this? Oh, but you were doing so good at hitting pads. Motherfucker. Really? Really? You cared about me hitting pads? Should have been having me work with the right people. Come on. Anyway, that's the whole rant. Want to hear more? Hit me up. Razor Sign Live. All right. Peace out.